Good morning, Coaster Spotters. This is Alex checking in from Walibi Holland. This is day 14 of the European Mega Trip. It is August 25th, and we are at Walibi Holland for Untamed, Goliath, and Lost Gravity, and also all those Vekomas, for the better and for the worst. But it should be a nice day. We have Fast Lane Silver, so 50% reduced weights. That seems like that should be enough for me. It's between taking photographs and all that stuff. We will be here about 4 o'clock. We are going to be heading to a fair in Hamburg, Germany. We're going to be in Germany finally. So very excited about that. Looks like the gate is opening for a rope drop. So let's go inside. It is only about 9:30, so we have a little bit of time before the park opens. Hopefully this is a good day. It is Sunday, so hopefully we'll be managing the crowds okay. Well, this is certainly an interesting aesthetic they have on their main street. Very interesting. Alright, so Xpress Platinum 13 is open at 9:30, so that's a nice little bonus. Had no idea about that.
Today, Biddinghuizent issued a press statement saying that Platform 13 will remain closed down and will not be rebuilt in the future.
This is really well themed, actually. Look at this. Wow, that effect's pretty good. Alright, so we just took 2 rides on Xpress Platform 13. Wow, let me tell you what, that queue line is so good. Like, I like that theme way more than Rock and Roller Coaster by far. There's like funhouse effects. There's at the end on the brake run, there's a subway car that kind of moves and crashes into you. I had no idea. That is just phenomenal, the amount of effects they have going on here. And oh man, Lost Gravity. Let's see how much this is. $24.95. I really like that shirt. Let's see how I like the ride. I gotta like the ride as well. But we're just waiting for rope drop. We have another 5 minutes. I was able to get 2 rides in before the park even officially opens. And it's got some weird merchandise here. Let me tell you what. And an SLC seat that you can sit in. So, yeah, I was very surprised by it. Now, the ride itself, you know, it's not so great. It's the premier spaghetti bowls are definitely better, more intense, and yeah, all in all, a better ride. But as far, especially with just the lap bars, but I don't know, after the break, they have a little mini brake run, and the ride is like pretty much done after that. So, have fun. Here we go. First European RMC. One of only 3, considering that Zadra just opened a few days ago. Fortunately, I am not making that pilgrimage, especially since that park is opening more coasters. I don't plan to go to Poland very many times, so I can wait until it is fully opened and has a bunch of other attractions. I'm pretty sure that park, Energylandia, will have 20 coasters before we know it. Alright. here we are. Alright, well, Untamed is not opened yet, so we are gonna go and do some other stuff. I'm gonna up the rapids right away, actually. I know that's weird, but that's like the one thing that's not on my fast lane. So I wanted to get that done before that gets a line. Speed zone. That's one hell of a bug. But before the rapids, we must take a ride on Goliath, the 2002 mega coaster by Intamin, about 4,000 feet long. First coaster to have the Stengel dive. This has been definitely a bucket list. I'm glad to finally get on a hyper coaster-esque, even though it's not hyper-sized coaster on this trip. The coasters have been good, but we haven't gotten any of those American-style thrills yet. I've waited a very long time to ride Goliath here at Walibi Holland, and it did not disappoint. Absolutely phenomenal. Great airtime on all the drops. I just think it needs to warm up a little bit, but even then, the layout is more interesting than all the Supermans back home, and possibly, I don't want to say Millennium Force at this point, but that is phenomenal compared to the other Intamin mega coasters. Wow. And I love the setting over the lake. That is absolutely phenomenal. Love that ride. We're going to take some rides later. We'll let it warm up. One train operation, though, on a Sunday. That is not acceptable. That's ridiculous. Oh, boy. No, it's not time yet. All right, the rapids, Rio Grande. So far, pretty boring. Pretty boring. You got the idea. Then ride. So, yeah, don't do much. This ride system without that whirlpool thing is just not very exciting. I think that's about it. All right. Yeah. I'm trying to think, but that may have been the worst rapids ride of the trip so far. Just really nothing going on. It's pretty, but doesn't do much. It's time to get this done. Let's get this over with. First SLC ever produced, 1994. Prototype model, slightly different than what became the standard. Same model as actually Kentucky Kingdom. Although I imagine this has to be better because the current trains on T3 are so bad. So it looks pretty though, I'll say that much. So El Condor. Let's see why people actually bought this thing. Okay. So that was interesting. No headbanging really, but it literally kicked me in the balls. It wasn't that bad, but like there was a little pain going on there because it jolted you back and forth so much during some of the trends. What the hell? Why did people buy this thing? I know why people bought this thing. It's very simple why people bought this thing. It was a very cheap alternative to a B&M, and parks wanted an inverted coaster because it was the most amazing thing that people had ever seen, basically, back in the 90s. And Vekoma jumped on it and responded 2 years later. And that's why I sold a bunch at a fraction of the price of a B&M. I'm sure they were close to half of what it cost for a B&M, so... Or at least like a Batman clone. So, yeah, we don't need to do that one again. But again, it wasn't the worst one I've been on by far. Like, seriously, by far it was not the worst one. It was actually really intense, to be honest with you. But I do like the quirks of the older layout. Like that turn right there, the last turn after the Heartline is like way banked too much. And then I like the hill over there. But other than that, like, this ride. Untamed is open, and we get to ride in 2 minutes and 30 seconds, about the time it's going to take to walk over there. Let's go for one of the most anticipated coasters of the trip. I'm very excited for this RMC. The first element after the first drop. Oh my goodness. And this sky coaster is really weird. I'll have to show it to you. The tower actually lifts up first, so you're higher up. It's very, very odd. I kind of doubt it's an official sky coaster. The vests don't look, those are not sky coaster vests. Oh, look how high up the ground they are. And there are winches up there? It's so weird. I, for one, am not going to risk my life on a knockoff sky coaster. All right, let's go to the fast lane. Yeah, I'm glad I got fast lane. That line's ridiculous. Untamed. That was incredible. Wow. Still, no. Not outdoing that guy. But that was very good, RMC. Wow. Some of the really cool elements, the inversion, the 270 inversion into a wave turn into a 270 twist the other way, that was incredible. Amazing airtime everywhere, great off-axis airtime hills. That fifth inversion, oh man, that doesn't really, that's questionable if it's an inversion, man. It doesn't completely invert you, I think, enough. But whatever, it doesn't really matter that much. Now, that last inversion, let me tell you what, that last barrel roll, it is so low to the ground. It is fantastic. And then afterwards, it's actually a little bit of straight section where you're expecting some airtime right away, and it doesn't give it to you right away. It's actually fantastic. We're going to take some footage, and then we're going to take another ride. My reservation is ready in about 10 minutes. I love what they did with the queue. Beautiful landscaping. And look at all this old Robin Hood track. That's so cool. I absolutely love that. Yeah, phenomenal queue line. Love it. Looks fantastic. So, this whole ride looks great. They really thought about the aesthetics here. Second ride on Untamed, front seat this time, opposed to the back seat. Wow, I hate to say that like these things are starting to feel the same, but they are. But at the same time, they're all freaking incredible rides. I really like that barrel roll at the end. That barrel roll at the end is just very. It feels like a B&M barrel roll that's on like a wing coaster, but with a little bit more speed to make it a little bit more exciting. Those, I always felt like they go through there way too slow. Oh man, we're gonna take more rides. I'm ready to ride in about 4 more minutes with the fast lane Silver, which by the way was $35, 50% reduction in wait time. You can reserve it as soon as they scan it, just like a regular Q-Bot. You use it on your cell phone though. It's not through an app, it's actually just through the website, and it's been working flawlessly so far. You know, I was a little worried because some days I'm having really big issues with getting internet on, well, forget about Parks Wi-Fi, that's been like a lost cause everywhere. But sometimes even using my international plan, it's had some problems, but I've had absolutely no problems with it, so thumbs up for that. Oh man, that fifth inversion though, man, if that was a turn, that would be called an overbank. I'm sorry, but it would be. It honestly does not matter though. It does not matter one little bit though, so, oh man, very good, very good. All right, here we go, Merlin's Castle. The Vekoma Madhouse. Let's give this a try. They did some weird things to it this year. They like added like graffiti to it. I don't know what I think about that. It's interesting to say the least.
Ik ben Merlin. Ik hou de wereld in de palm van mijn hand.
Alright, Merlin's Magical Castle. Wow, that was a really good Madhouse. I liked it a lot more than Villa Volta at Efteling Alpi. That is dang for sure. That might be my favorite Madhouse. Houdini is kind of probably my favorite no matter what because I understand it the most. But as far as the effects go inside of the building, oh my goodness, there were a lot. There were smoke effects, there was lighting effects, there was animatronics, there were just a lot of detail in the center of the room, whereas Villa Volta had like nothing. It was very plain inside Villa Volta. It was very disappointing. That was phenomenal. One thing that was not phenomenal is they do not preload the pre-show room while the ride is going on. So we had to wait for the ride to finish, then do our pre-show, and then ride. So that pretty much doubles your time. I'm not sure if they're doing that just because there was not much of a line, but not cool. Our reservation, since that took so long, is ready for the Speed of Sound, the Vekoma Boomerang. Before we get to Speed of Sound, I will say that this park is a heck of a lot smaller area-wise than I perceived in my head. It is. It's only a 5-minute walk, maybe from the front to the back, and there's not much stuff in between. It's not filled out very well. Very disappointed about that. Not a lot of flat rides that I have seen. I might have been missing something, but that Ferris wheel is fantastic. Do not follow the freaking ride signs if you're coming from the Ferris wheel to get the Speed of Sound. I am quite sure that it was faster to go to the entrance and make a left. Finally, we're at the Boomerang, like literally like 10 minutes later. So here it is. I hear this is very good. So let's go check it out. Built in 2000. Rethemed with new trains with onboard audio, hopefully it's working, in 2011, I believe. So Speed is Found with the Vekoma Boomerang. Awesome ride. You add like awesome soundtrack to any coaster, and I'm probably gonna like it even if the coaster's not the best thing ever. Look at Hollywood Warp Ride Rocket. Stupid name, kind of a weird coaster, but I love it just because I love being able to choose my music and having a great time. Obviously, you don't choose your music here, and I don't even think it's synced up to the ride itself, but it was a really good soundtrack, so I really enjoyed it. Might do it again with a single rider on the way out if we have time. So, thumbs up on this one, definitely thumbs up. And it was, even with shoulder restraints, it would have been probably pretty smooth. So, there we go. Tivoli medium-sized coaster. I don't think we've had one of these on the trip. And no line. Thank goodness. Awesome train design. Love that dragon there, that metal dragon. Really awesome. Standard layout, as I said. Nothing too special. That was probably an old ride attraction at one point in the middle there. Very, very desolate theming. That's very disappointing. Alright, not much to say about Draco. Standard Tivoli coaster. Never have a bad time on these things. Very barren though. Love that front car though. Alright, it is time for one of my most anticipated coasters of the trip, Lost Gravity. And the minute I saw this being built, I was just like, wow, I need to ride this someday. It's gonna be, oh man, this looks like an incredible coaster. So many wacky elements. Oh my goodness, I really hope this one doesn't disappoint. Love the wacky theming. I love how wacky this queue line is. I was afraid I wasn't going to get to experience any of this weirdness, but look, I totally am. I don't know how to follow this queue line though. This is incredible. I don't think anyone knows the theme. I don't think there's supposed to be any rhyme or reason to it. I think it's just supposed to be wacky, and I love it. Wow, this thing looks amazing. Okay, Lost Gravity. That did not disappoint whatsoever. Oh my god, that was absolutely amazing. That lived up to the hype in every way. I've heard that it's rough. That's bull. That's just not true. I was on the outside seat, front seat, no problem whatsoever with roughness. Oh my god, this ride was freaking amazing. We are going to be riding this, Goliath and Untamed, a bunch more times. Oh man. Okay, let's just start with that first drop, amazing. Airtime, ejector, amazing. Just, oh man, airtime on every single hill. I might like this more than Untamed. I'm pretty sure I do, to be honest with you. I think it probably for me at this park. It goes this, Untamed, Goliath, Speed of Sound, Xpress, Condor, and then the Kid Coaster. So what's neat is that effect where it just squirts up a little bit of water. That goes off every time it goes over the 0G roll. I don't even know if I noticed it while on ride. But there's also two fire effects that just go off, I don't know, kind of randomly. I'm not sure if they're triggered by anything, but yeah, it's that big tower up there. All right, next up is going to be Crazy River. Looks very similar to what we did at Walibi, Belgium. I'm pretty sure it is. Different theming, backwardsness. So this should be a lot of fun. Really enjoyed the one at Walibi, Belgium, and this shouldn't be any different. Plus it is so hot. Today has been the hottest day thus far, no doubt. So hopefully we get wetter on this than we did on the Rapids ride. Oh, they're a happy bunch. Same layout as Walibi Belgium. Not theming not as good. Still enjoyed it. Got wet enough that I got cooled down, so that's what really mattered. All right, we have 15 minutes until that guy's ready. I have taken all the photos I think I could take of it. For now, at least. We're gonna head over and do the Ferris wheel really quickly. Hopefully we can knock that out in 15 minutes. We have about 2.5 to 3 hours left in the park. Must be gone by 4:30 at the very latest. The fair in Hamburg ends at 10, and I don't want to get there at the last minute because I'm afraid that they'll be shutting, some of the operators might get a little, get finished. Oh, look at this. It's like a phone party. There you go. I mean, you sure need it today. It is freaking hot. Oh. No thanks. we are gonna head on to this guy. So considering how many cabins they are loading right now, which is one every rotation, so I think probably at most 6 cabins. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. That's really annoying. Not sure why, but that's what happened. Alright, just hanging out in the Lost Gravity bus of the Fastlane line. And man, this ride is so good. I need at least 2 more rides. At least. We're going to do some Goliath and Untamed after that. We're pretty much done with all the rides that I need to do in this park. Just re-rides for the next 2 hours or so. And yeah, this Fastlane for $35 was worth every penny. Like, seriously. It is really busy today. It is really hot today. And the queues are unshaded. So keep that in mind. Honestly, I don't think $35 is a very bad price. You'd be hard-pressed to find that. Oh, it's 35 euros, but you'd be hard-pressed to find that skip the line pass anywhere near that in the United States. So, and people don't buy it here. So there you go. So Walibi Belgium's was obviously better because there was no reservation thing. It was like, so today's is more like Six Flags with the Qbot. I think it's Qbot technology, but you use your phone. So, let's just take a look at it really quickly. Here you can see all the different rides. And then you can see right now, mine is ready at 59. So,
Alright, for lunch I got this toasted pork sandwich thing, and of course a beer. I mean, I'm not a big drunker, but when beers are only $3, they're pretty much the same price as soda. We might as well. And yeah, why not? So Untamed is down, so we're gonna do the Goliath a few times and then come back once it's open.
Alright, so they had 2 trains on, but the back half of one train is completely broken, which is kind of messed up. So took a ride in the front row this time, much better, I think. Also, I think it warmed up, so we're gonna give that another try in just a little while. But I think I'm gonna finally have an ice cream, only $2.50. Alright, let's talk about Goliath again. Front seat is amazing. We're gonna have to try the back seat, still haven't gotten that. It's hard because 10 seats of the other train are inoperable. So that is really disappointing. Oh man, the ride is so good. It's like Superman, Ride of Steel at America or Six Flags Darien Lake, but with all the boring stuff taken out. So, phenomenal ride. The airtime, that Stingle dive in the right seat is just great. Oh man. The middle of the train's a little weak, but again, I'm gonna give that back seat a ride. We have 1 hour left to play with. Alright, took my 5th and final ride on Goliath in the back seat. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna reiterate. That ride is so much like Superman, Ride of Steel at Six Flags America and Darien Lake, but without all the dumb stuff. So Darien Lake, it's okay with the flat sections because you're skimming right across the water, but with this one, it just, it's so good. We took final rides on Untamed, did 2 more there, both in the back seat. That's a really good RMC. Easily, I think that's my favorite ZOG roll, that final ZOG roll. You are just so low to the ground. You feel like you could touch the ground with your hands up. Oh my god, it's so good. And then I love that last little drop out of it, how it's a flat spot. Usually RMCs are just so much about action that the first time it really surprised me because I was in the back seat and I didn't know that was a thing. And it just took me by surprise. So it was nice to see them varying it up. And then of course the 270 twist into the wave curve and then a 270 twist the other way. It's just phenomenal. It's just like, this is a really good park, coaster-wise. Dimming-wise, it's pretty basic. It's probably nicer than most Six Flags parks, but no really immersive theming for the most parts. But the top 3 coasters are very, very, very good. And their Boomerang and Xpress aren't that bad either. So we're going to go take 1 ride on Boss Gravity. Probably don't have anything else to say about it. So that's going to be it from Walibi Holland. We had a nice 6 hours here. Fast lane, saved our asses. I couldn't have taken sitting in those hot temperatures all day. It was just been brutal. Yeah, it's a hot one. So thank you so much for watching. This has been a fantastic day. It definitely was a good idea to put this park on a Sunday, knowing that I could buy fast lane. So from Untamed, one of the best RMCs in the world, this has been Alex. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for a separate vlog tonight of the Hammerfest in Hamburg. So we are leaving the park right now to go head to that. It's about 4 hours away, so hopefully you have a pleasant drive, and thanks again. This has been Alex. Oh, that's interesting. Goodbye, Walibi.